The Draft Network just dropped a 7-round mock draft for our Detroit Lions. So we're going to go over this mock draft. I'm going to give you the positives and the negatives. I had seen the picks, so I got some takes on this and what I think is more realistic, what is not. Give you my overall thoughts on this mock draft. But if you're a fan of the Detroit Lions from a fan perspective as well as a former player like Herman Moore, then you need to subscribe to this channel because that's what we do on here. We talk Detroit Lions and we give different perspectives. Without further ado, let's get into this mock draft. What I like about mock drafts, it gives you a perspective, at least what people are thinking about this football team, whether it be local reporters, fans, and or the big sports networks out there. And you see trends as well. I think that's really important, is to do the trends, and there's a lot of trends that has been taking place, and consistencies and inconsistencies. So we're going to go into it and talk about this bad boy. So again, this is the Draft Network. You can go ahead and find them. They're a good way to get information on prospects if you want to find them out. Now, for me personally, I use other feeds to get information, but the Draft Network is really good, and they also got some good draft simulators. And so you go ahead and check them out on the Draft Network. This right here is for the 7-round mock draft by Justin Malo. So let's go ahead and get into it with the first pick here, pick 6. There's no trades in this bad boy. They're going Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon. This is a realistic pick here for the Lions. Now, personally, I'd like to trade out of pick 6, but this is not a trade draft. So if you're sitting there, going cornerback makes a ton of sense. And especially with Risdon coming out saying that they're not going to take an edge, cornerback seems the more realistic possibility at 6. If you're looking at any position, that would be it. And then you'd have the pick of the litter of any quarterback you want to get in this NFL draft. Go Devin Witherspoon, wherever you want, but here they go Christian Gonzalez. I like his size. I do think it could play outside, and I think he would be a very good cornerback for the Detroit Lions. This is a realistic possibility. Again, they could go other cornerbacks as well, but in this case, they went Christian Gonzalez, and you're seeing the trend, corner, man. The trends at corner between 6 and 18, those two picks, is almost unanimous. So, from my perspective, unless they trade for a Jalen Ramsey or they get a Bradbury, cornerback is going to be taken in the first 2 Detroit Lions picks, would be 6 or 18. This is realistic here. I'm fine with this pick. If they go Christian Gonzalez, I'll be fine with it because we have a need. He is a really good corner. I have no problem. Devin Witherspoon as well, and Joey Porter Jr. Just depends what they feel is a fit for the Lions, scheme-wise as well as personality. And that's what you got the prospects going and have the meeting with the Lions brass. You got the NFL Combine to kind of pair it up. So it doesn't necessarily mean they go one specific, but the one that they like. So the next pick here, they're going Bijan Robinson at pick 18. I know a lot of people say there's no way they're not going to go running back. I'm going to tell you there is a way, and I actually think it's possible for sure for the Detroit Lions to go Bijan Robinson here. If you look with DeAndre Swift, is he the future of the Detroit Lions? Stat-wise, and the way that he played last year as the number 2 back, suggests no. And right now, we don't know the future. Craig Reynolds barely played last year. You got Justin Jackson. Is he really the guy? And Jamal Williams is a free agent, but we do expect him to come back, and he's really a number 2. So the Detroit Lions do have a need at running back, and Bijan Robinson is the best running back in this year's draft. Brad Holmes goes BPA. If he is going to take the best running back over the 5th best cornerback, probably going to go running back. Another player here you can look at, obviously, is Osiris Torrance, or if they don't go corner with the pick 6. But yeah, I think this is real possibility. The offense is nearly complete and compared to the defense. 2 more pieces, running back and guard, and I think this offense is complete. They go here, get a dynamic player, pair him up with Jameson Williams and Jared Goff. You got your triplets right there. So I think this is possible, 100%. And I wouldn't mind. I'm not going to get upset if they go Bijan Robinson. A lot of fans will be pissed off. I'm not going to be mad because I do feel it's a need. It is a possible for BPA. I would rather get a player who has a really high ceiling and compared to a player that could be mediocre. say they decide to get an edge rusher who's just a guy who's a good edge rusher. Do you want a good edge rusher or an elite running back? That's something you got to think about. Same with guard or any other position like cornerback. So that's my thoughts on this. To continue on here, Drew Sanders, linebacker out of Arkansas. Love the pick here. I think you have to go linebacker in round 2, whether it be at 49 or the second round pick. Drew Sanders would be great here. You could do Jack Campbell if Trenton Simpson falls there, potentially if Noah Sewell. There's a lot of linebackers in this year's draft that you can get in round 2. Drew Sanders would be great. I would absolutely love it. Is he my number 1 linebacker? No, but I love him. He would be fine here. I personally like Jack Campbell a little bit more, but maybe he's not even there. Maybe the Lions like Drew Sanders more. I think you have to go linebacker. It is a major need for the Detroit Lions. Love the selection here. No problem at all. Let's continue on here. This is where I have a problem. Dalton Kincaid. I get it. He is considered one of the best tight ends, whether it be tight end Michael Mayer or him as 1 or 2. We don't need tight end. And Brad Holmes made a statement just the other day talking about we're fine basically with what we got. We don't need a tight end. I understand we traded TJ Hockenson. I get it. We don't need a tight end. We did not use him in our offense. You're right. When he left, our offense got better with Brock Wright, with Shane Zylstra, with James Mitchell. Trust the process, the players we got. I think you can go defensive tackle here. I think you can go any other position besides tight end. I do not believe it's a need at all. Do not agree with this selection. Let's continue on here. Kalijah Kancey, defensive tackle. Love this pick. I think he'd be really good for the Detroit Lions. You're getting a guy here who is physical in the interior of the defensive line. He is a guy that could be paired up with Aleem McNeil, opposite of what Aleem does. We don't know the future of Levi Onwuzurike. He's got the size. He's got everything that the Detroit Lions need here to get a player for the Detroit Lions. And I think it'd be a great pick. Will he be there in round 3? I think so. I think he could be. I think he's a late second, early third rounder. I think the Lions will have a chance to get him. Will they go defensive tackle a little bit earlier? I would hope so, but I do like the pick. Mike Morris, edge from Michigan. This is an interesting one because, in all honesty, a 155, he's probably a player that that's more of a 4th-round pick, late 3rd-round pick. I don't mind getting edge. I really don't mind it. And look, I'm not a guy who drafts, well, he's from Michigan, so we got to go Michigan. If you know me, I don't care about that nonsense. I just want the best player available. I think he's got some strengths to him. He's fast. He runs a 4.75. We'll see at the NFL Combine if it changes there. He's good size at 292. Play on the interior and the exterior. It'd be kind of like a James Houston pick. He's 6'5" as well. You wouldn't have to come in there and be the guy immediately. He could be a rotational player. I don't have that problem there. Caradron Smith, cornerback from Kentucky, 6th-round pick. He's a cornerback, but he can play safety as well. I think he's more of an undrafted free agent. In all honesty, I think the Lions could get him there. I think it's a bit high for him in round 6. I think he's an undrafted guy, but look, I'm not going to have a problem if the Lions want to get a secondary piece to develop. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. When you're talking about 6th round and 7th round, you're talking about players who has high potential that's maybe they're raw in one area or they don't have the learning skills or whatever. Maybe he is a player that needs more development. That's what you do in the later rounds here. But again, I think he's better in zone. I think he's an undrafted guy. I think get him an undrafted. I think it'd be a little bit pushed around 6. Next pick here. Well, we're supposed to have 2 6th-round picks, so right here they don't have another 6th-round pick. I don't see it. So they only went 1 6th-round pick. So you're looking at to get potentially, I don't know, you can go any other position. Again, like we're talking about the 6th round or 7th round, you're talking developmental. I will go any position at that point, whether it be quarterback, hell, even kicker. You're just looking to get BPA and someone that you feel to develop in the later rounds. You'll never hear me complain about that, but I give this mock draft, I give it a B-. Again, I'm not a fan of Dalton Kincaid going the tight end. I'm personally kind of tired of seeing tight ends getting taken in the draft. I do love the Drew Sanders pick. I do like the Bijan Robinson pick. I don't mind getting Chris Gonzalez. Maybe in a trade down scenario, it's a possibility there. I love the Kalijah Cansey pick. I'm okay with Mike Morris. Think that Cardrin is an undrafted rookie in my opinion. So that's the mock draft. Again, I give it a B-. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this. I'd like to get a guard, probably higher. I would go guard absolutely instead of a tight end there. That's another spot you can look at. Defensive tackle a little bit early, but other than that, I give this a B- mock draft. Let me know in the comment section, what is your grade on this mock draft? A, B, C, D, or F? Let me know in the comments below. With that said, folks, adios.
Perfect.